video, 9 simple hacks to say goodbye to kidney failure. A tea that makes you pee out creatinine. A secret ingredient that's your kidney's best friend. And the definitive cure for CKD. Catherine here, I'm a doctor of natural medicine, and today we're diving into powerful, easy ways to improve your kidney function. And guess what? One of your comments inspired this video. Let's read it. My children's father was admitted to the hospital at stage 4 into stage 5 kidney disease. He went into the hospital walking and had to be lifted out. Oh, just imagine how terrifying that must have been. One day, you're walking into the hospital just seeking help. The next, you can't even stand on your own. But let's take a look at the solution he found. He started to add dandelion grounds to the nettle tea. Oh, nice! And the result? His primary care doctor called him after the last blood test to tell him to continue doing what he was doing. He now drives himself to wherever he wants to go, even far distances. Oh, amazing! That's freedom! And all thanks to a simple tea. Do you want to know how to make this kidney-saving tea? Well, you should see my recipe for this tea on screen right now. Because this is a super simple way of fighting swelling and protecting your kidneys. And you know, this amazing story inspired me to go even farther. There are 8 more kidney health hacks I want to share with you. Don't miss my number 1 in particular. It may just be the cure for CKD. Before that, this hack is going to help you improve your kidney function in all the stages. Number 8, take these powerful antioxidants every day. There are 6 antioxidants I recommend to all my patients. You will be able to see them in my slide on screen. These are some of the most studied and most effective antioxidants when it comes to CKD. If you remember a while ago, I made a video about a dialysis patient who was able to get out of dialysis thanks to a supplement with some of these ingredients. Now, of course, I'm not saying taking these antioxidants you see here is going to magically reverse CKD, not how it works. But I want to be very clear on this. If you have CKD and you are not supplementing these antioxidants every day, it's like driving a car with no oil and just hoping for the best. Yeah, antioxidants are that important. Every single patient I see ends up with a list of antioxidants to take similar to this one. And it's not because I'm running some secret antioxidant pyramid scheme. It's because a large review of studies confirm that supplementing these antioxidants actually makes a huge difference with CKD. It may even improve your kidney function. So don't wait until your kidneys start waving a white flag, starting taking these antioxidants now, and thank me later. Moving on, number 7. Here's a tip for those of you guys that actually like to cook at home. Number 7, get an iron cast skillet. Now guys, take a look at this beauty right here. This is my best friend, my cast iron grill pan. I mean, it would be my best friend if I actually had the time to cook and the patience to clean it by hand every time.
When will it end?
Yeah, these bad boys don't do dishwashers. You put one in there and it comes out looking like it fought in both world wars. Anyway, other than being scared of the dishwasher, these things also have a secret power, and it's in their name, iron. Iron cast cooker leach iron into your food, and if you've got CKD, trust me, you want all the iron you can get from your food because you don't want anemia. Actually, most CKD patients already have anemia, they just don't know it yet, and that's bad. Why, you ask? Because this extremely common complication will make CKD progress faster than a top fuel drugster at the NHRA US Nationals. Yeah, like that. Okay, sorry, that was a bad joke, but never as bad as a joke as the US healthcare system. In fact, it turns out insurance companies have figured out that people with anemia are too tired to complain. This is why the current treatment for anemia is doing nothing until it is too late. So unless you personally nag your doctor to test you, you have a better chance of seeing hell freeze over than getting an EPO shot. So yeah, the bottom line is that you have to get tested for anemia, be vocal about it, and while you're at it, buy one of these. It might not replace proper anemia treatment, but at least it'll give you a fighting chance. Okay, moving on. Number 6, let's talk about oxalates and kidney stones, because I know what you're thinking. Who's got time to cook with that heavy skillet every day? Well, here's how you find the time. Stop wasting time panicking about oxalates, because I know that you've been told that you should be careful with spinach, rhubarb, and beets since they are full of oxalate. But guys, cutting out vegetables for health reasons, it's just like eating bacon wrapped butter for its healthy fats. Oh, sorry, I meant raw organic bacon wrapped butter. No, seriously, if I had $1 for every time I spent 30 minutes explaining kidney stone prevention to a patient just to be told, I've never had a kidney stone before, I'd have at least 20 or 25 bucks. So, for anyone worried about oxalates, here's the deal. If you've never had kidney stones before and you're over 40, you're probably not getting them now. And even more important, dietary oxalates don't matter here, alright? Why, you ask? Because kidney stones are not nearly as common as some health influencers want you to believe. The risk with kidney stone is mostly genetic. But if you stay hydrated, don't take ridiculous amounts of vitamin C and don't mega dose calcium supplements, you're fine. Now, if you have had kidney stones before, then yeah, be careful. Follow the guidelines you see on screen. That said, you know what's the worst part about oxalate and kidney stones? That everyone is afraid of oxalates due to keto influencers, even people that never had a kidney stones. And that shouldn't be worried at all. Are afraid, which is a shame. There is a million other things you should care about when it comes to your health. Cholesterol, for example. But no, everyone is only scared of oxalate. And this is because influencers will tell you that oxalates are ruining your health and that all plants are toxic because they have oxalate, of course. And the solution, just buy their dumb cookbook and learn the 36 different ways of cooking ribeye. But here's the thing, learning 36 different ways of cooking ribeye won't help you at all with kidney stones. It will actually make things worse, a lot worse, says science. I'm not joking. What this meta-analysis proves is that if you follow a keto diet, you are going to be 4 to 6 times more at risk of developing a kidney stone. This is why if those influencers could read, they would be really upset right now. Okay, let's move on. Number 5, if your goal is to slow down CKD progression, and let's be honest, that should be everyone's goal, then fiber is your new best friend. Yeah, even if it contains oxalate. Because breaking news, plant-based foods don't just protect you from kidney stones, they also protect your kidneys from CKD. And as science shows us, the more fiber you eat, the slower your kidney function declines. It's like magic, except it's science and it actually works. So, how do you get more fiber, you ask? Well, here is your plan. First, start every single meal with a fiber-rich food. Yes, I mean every meal. Even if that means drinking a kale and orange smoothie for breakfast, like some kind of nutritionist's fever dream. Second, eat an apple or a pear with the peel. Look, you wouldn't take off a car's tires and expect it to drive, right? Same logic applies to fruit and peels, and also add flax seeds to everything. Smoothies, soups, salads, your enemy's coffee. Get creative. Also, use whole grain everything. Whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat tortillas. If it says white, it's not right. Also, eat popcorn. Yeah, popcorn. Without the butter and salt, it's basically just crunchy air with fiber. And turn cauliflower into everything. Rice, cauliflower, pizza crust, cauliflower. Your entire personality, hopefully not cauliflower. And most importantly, turn rolled oats into your breakfast staple because nothing screams I care about my kidneys like a bowl of oats that tastes like nothing, really, until you add some cinnamon and berries. Anyway, here's a simple way to directly protect your kidneys. Focus on fiber, and of course, you can also add a supplement psyllium husk. For example, but keep in mind that supplements are not a replacement for a healthy diet. But this is not complicated. Just eat more plants. If you care about your kidneys, eat more real food and less stuff that comes in a box with 14 unpronounceable ingredients. Okay, what's next? Number 4. How to take vitamin D and CoQ10 to bring back the forbidden fruits. Okay guys, this is going to be one of the easiest tips ever and it could literally dramatically improve your kidney health. So let's talk about potassium. If just thinking about all the vegetables I've mentioned so far makes your potassium level skyrocket faster than your blood pressure at a family reunion, don't worry, I have a solution. Because let's be real, high potassium levels are a straight up nightmare. Suddenly, bananas, avocados, tomatoes, potatoes, and spinach foods you once happily ate become public enemy number 1. At this point, you're basically living in a nutritional witness protection program, hiding from all the foods you love just because of a single lab test result. So, how do we bring back the forbidden fruits? Step 1. Meet your new best friends, vitamin D and CoQ10. These two supplements, absolute powerhouses. They do a million things for your health. But today, we care about just one superpower, lowering blood pressure. And not just by a little. If you start taking both of these daily, lowering your blood pressure by up to 20% is actually possible. But how does that help you get your bananas back on the menu? Well, because step 2 is addressing the real reason your potassium is high. Surprise! It's not the avocados. It's not the one tomato you dared to eat last week. Nope. It's your medications, especially the blood pressure meds, ACE inhibitors, and ARBs. So here's where vitamin D and CoQ10 might save the day by lowering your blood pressure naturally. These two supplements might just give your doctor a reason to lower your medication dosage. And less medication means less potassium buildup, which means welcome back, bananas and avocados. Okay guys, moving on. Number 3, let's take a look at yet another simple tip to get rid of a very annoying issue, swelling. Now, for the lucky ones in my crowd that don't know what swelling is, well, in CKD patients, this issue is as common as your neighbor mowing the lawn at 6 a.m. on a Saturday. And twice as annoying, I would say. So, how do we get rid of this problem? First thing first, make sure you're not deficient in magnesium and vitamin B6, and if needed, supplement them. Now, I know what you're thinking, Catherine, my kidneys are failing. Do you really think a vitamin deficiency is my biggest problem? No, I don't. But hear me out. A surprising number of CKD patients do suffer from deficiencies, and these two nutrients in particular can have a huge impact on swelling. Here's the deal. Vitamin B6 and magnesium don't just help each other get absorbed. They also have well-documented anti-inflammatory and fluid balancing properties. So if your ankles look like they belong in a before picture for a compression sock ad, you might want to give this a try. Now, I've added dosage recommendations for these two essential nutrients on the slide on screen. A quick note, vitamin B6 is 100% safe in the recommended doses, especially if you're taking it in a renal multivitamin. However, magnesium requires a little more caution. If you are in advanced CKD stages, make sure to get tested at least twice a year before supplementing. But what if supplements aren't enough? If magnesium, B6, and even dandelion and nettle tea, which we discussed earlier, aren't enough to help then it's time to talk to your doctor about prescription diuretics. Swelling is not something you want to leave untreated. Like high blood pressure and proteinuria, if you ignore it, it will contribute to kidney decline. There's one thing that works even better than medications when it comes to controlling swelling, and I know this might be a sensitive topic, but I also know that facts matter more than feelings. So please bear with me. If nothing else works for controlling swelling, consider weight loss. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying this to be judgmental, and I'm definitely not saying that weight is the only factor at play. What I am saying is this. I have met very few stage 5 CKD patients who struggle with severe swelling and hypertension when they are at a healthy body weight. On the other hand, it is extremely common to see severe swelling in overweight patients, and this often goes hand in hand with hard to control hypertension and further kidney damage. So if you want to improve your kidney health, one of the best things you can do is work toward achieving and maintaining a healthy weight. Remember, your kidneys will thank you for every step you take toward better health. Okay, up next, number 2, since we are talking about medications and supplements, let's talk about the vitamin you should always take with your ARBs or ACE inhibitors. Oh, ARBs and ACE inhibitors, one day they are your best friend and one day they are your worst enemy. Now, navigating the risk and benefits of these medications is just as confusing as figuring out why your cardiologist says one thing and your nephrologist says the opposite, and just as fun as predicting how much your next medical bill will actually be. No, I'm serious. Science says ARBs and ACE inhibitors are amazing for your kidneys when you are in the early stage of CKD, alright? But they are bad in end stage, and not even your nephrologist knows what happens in the middle. Anyway, what we currently know about ARBs and ACE inhibitors is that they lower proteinuria, but they mess with some vitamin and mineral levels. Not just potassium, one of the biggest concerns here is vitamin B9, also known as folate. If your goal is to keep your kidneys healthy for as long as possible, then you should always supplement this vitamin when taking one of these meds. Why? Because a very large study linked a 44% slower decline in renal function to supplementing this one vitamin daily while on ARBs or an ACE inhibitors. Folate plays a critical role in breaking down homocysteine, an amino acid that wreaks havoc on your body. It's science. So yeah, taking some vitamin B9 may be the key to get the benefits of ARBs and ACE inhibitors without some of the side effects. Okay guys, number 1, let's talk about how to hack your biggest obstacle towards a better kidney function. Now, if I went out and surveyed a group of CKD patients asking what's the biggest obstacle to improving your kidney health, most would probably say something like diabetes or hypertension. And those answers are not wrong, of course, but both diabetes and hypertension can be managed with medications. However, a recent study found out what the biggest obstacle to improving your kidney function actually is. And this is not something you can solve with medications. Yes, the answer to your problems may be in this mess of acronyms. So according to this study, the missing key to improve your kidney function is the DPI of your LPD according to the MDRD. Crystal clear, right? No? Well, apparently, researchers also complain that nobody reads their papers. I truly cannot imagine why. Okay, let's translate this stuff. What these researchers are actually saying is this. CKD patients are supposed to eat very little protein, as low as 0.58 grams per kilograms per day. And that's a tiny amount. In fact, most people can't do it, even when they try. This means that even with the best intentions, most CKD patients end up eating more protein than they should, which means faster kidney disease progression. Now, these researchers also offered an unexpected solution. So if patients are supposed to eat way less protein than they actually do, but they don't seem to be able to, what can we do? Well, the solution is rice, but not any old rice. Nope, this is a special rice developed with the only goal in mind of stopping and reversing kidney function decline in patients following a low-protein diet. And the most incredible part, it works. If you want to learn more about it, my video up here is for you. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye-bye. I have no voice.